Archangel Michael says, a storm in the spirit realm began the moment you trusted the wrong soul with your heart. The one who once whispered your name like a prayer has now whispered it into places dark and filled with harm. They've stepped into a spiritual territory that is not only dangerous, but aimed to delay your divine path. You didn't feel it at first, but your energy began to shift. What once felt like love has silently turned into confusion, exhaustion, and unseen burdens. This person, who once claimed to walk beside you in truth, has broken a sacred bond with a reckless act. At 3:11 a.m., a decision was made in silence, surrounded by candles and secrecy. The person you once thought was your soulmate crossed a spiritual line, invoking energies to tie you down. Not for love, but control, fear, and power disguised as passion. They've consulted someone. A spiritual practitioner who operates in hidden shadows, not light. And now, a web of influence is tightening around your aura without your full awareness. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, you must know that this act is not of love, it is of desperation and deception. Your heart was open, your intentions pure, but theirs became corrupted by jealousy and spiritual pride. They didn't want you to rise higher than them, and so they chose to spiritually sabotage you. Your dreams have felt different lately, haven't they? Blurry, tense, or completely silent, because someone is trying to block your higher self. They wanted your attention, and when they couldn't get it naturally, they turned to manipulation. The energy you once shared was supposed to blossom into divine connection. But instead, they poisoned the roots with incantations, false prayers, and twisted longing. Your name was used in rituals not meant to bring you peace, but spiritual delay. This is why you've been feeling off. People around you seem colder. Your plans stall just before completion. Type Amen to get blessing 921. There are threads being pulled in the unseen, attempts to anchor you in confusion and false emotions. You are not going crazy. You are under spiritual influence that doesn't belong in your life. They've cast a shadow over your light hoping you'd forget how bright you truly are. They believe that if they couldn't have your heart honestly, they'd try to chain your spirit forcefully. This was not your destiny. You were meant to thrive, not survive in emotional chains. You once felt compassion for them, thinking they were the one. But the person you fell for no longer exists, they have been spiritually altered by their own choices. They willingly stepped into dark guidance, thinking it would bring them closer to you. But what they summoned has now begun to consume them too. They are haunted by what they did and yet, they pretend it never happened. But energy doesn't lie, and yours is crying for release. Type Amen to get blessing 499. There's a burning smell in your spirit, like incense left too long near flame. That's the sign, your guardian angel has been fighting behind the veil, shielding your soul from this bond. The strings tied against your will are breaking one by one. Their eyes still seek you, not with love, but obsession. They feel you slipping through the grip of their failed spiritual contract. So they may try again, this time using memories, fake apologies, or nostalgic triggers. You must stay alert. The voice in their message may sound familiar, but the energy is not the same. This is not love, it is spiritual theft masked as longing. They saw your light and didn't want to let go. But instead of rising with you, they tried to dim you. And Archangel Michael says this must be revealed today. Type Amen to get blessing 178. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You may remember the day they touched your forehead or whispered something during an embrace. That was no ordinary moment, it was a spiritual imprint. They mark you spiritually to stay connected, to draw from your soul unknowingly. But heaven saw it. Heaven never sleeps. And what they planted in secret is now being uprooted publicly. Your blessings were delayed, not denied. And the spirits they sent toward you are being reversed. Because when you are chosen, no force in shadows can claim you. Their fear has grown because you're awakening. They sense the spiritual cord being cut, and your vibration rising beyond their control. They will try to re-enter your life through dreams or sudden appearances. Type Amen to get blessing 684. But you must not open the door again. Do not answer the familiar knock wrapped in false love. You are not theirs anymore, you never truly were. What they wanted was your power masked as partnership. They never honored your destiny, only envied it. And now, the angelic realm is reclaiming you from the spell of false soulmatehood. You were always meant to be seen, cherished, and honored in the light. Not hidden behind rituals or spiritual tricks. The path they tried to bury you under is clearing, slowly but divinely. This betrayal was not random. It came to teach you how deeply your energy matters in this world. It came to show you that not every soul that claims love carries it truthfully. Type Amen to get blessing 711. Archangel Michael says, the contract they attempted to place over your life has been revoked. You are walking free again, one breath at a time, as angelic flames purify every shadow cast on your heart. Let their energy fade. Let your glow return. Don't hold on to what's been spiritually tainted. They chose their path when they stepped into spiritual warfare with your name on their tongue. And now, divine justice is pouring into your life. Their visions of you are filled with regret, but that regret cannot reverse their actions. You may feel tempted to reach out, but it would reopen a door that God just closed for you. You must now stand in your truth and protect your spirit. You are being prepared for someone who will love your soul without chains. Someone who won't whisper your name to spells, but to stars in prayer. The new chapter is not far, it begins with your release. Type Amen to get blessing 855. You are safe again. Heaven has restored what was stolen in silence. And what was meant for harm is now being transformed into higher purpose. Cleanse your space. Call back your power. Speak your name aloud with no fear, no shame. You were never the weak one. You were simply unaware that your soul was being targeted by someone you trusted. But now, that awareness has become your weapon. Their mask has cracked. They will try to act normal. But inside, they are panicking, because you no longer feel their pull. Type Amen to get blessing 994. This person was never your soulmate in the divine sense. They were a spiritual lesson sent in disguise. A test of power, light, and endurance. And you passed. You still rise. Even under spiritual fire, you didn't lose yourself. Archangel Michael says, it's over now. The winds have shifted. The mirror they used to watch you has shattered. Let them go. Don't chase what tried to bind you. Your soul is meant to soar. Type Amen to get blessing 1032. You are stepping into a higher realm now. Your aura is being repaired. Your name is being cleansed in light. Everything they tried to hold back will now arrive multiplied. Every delay will become a divine demonstration. Every tear will now fuel your rise. This is your confirmation. You are not cursed, you were targeted. But they failed. And you're free. Walk forward. The angels are now realigning your destiny in divine precision. No more spiritual traps. No more false lovers. Type Amen to get blessing 1201. A new energy is arriving. A connection from the heavens, pure, vibrant, untouchable. You are about to be loved in a way that doesn't hurt your spirit. This time, the one who comes will not carry secret shadows. They will meet you in light, in truth, and in complete spiritual harmony. And that, beloved, is your true soulmate. Prepare to receive what is yours. Not what was stolen, but what is divinely ordained. Archangel Michael says, you have made it through. Now open your hands. Because heaven is about to place in them what was always meant for you. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. The energy shift has already begun, subtle at first, but undeniable. The heaviness that sat in your chest, the fog that clouded your mind, is slowly lifting. You are awakening from a spiritual ambush, and what they tried to cover you with is falling apart. Their spiritual move was an act of fear, not power. They feared losing you, not realizing that control isn't love, it's imprisonment. But Archangel Michael says, no prison formed against you will last. The binding they attempted is now cracking with every divine breath you take. They underestimated the light you carry, the light that now calls angels to your side. This light cannot be dimmed by rituals, no matter how long or desperate they tried. Your name was never meant to be entangled in their personal war. They used your soul like a pawn, trying to own what they should have honored. But they have touched what is sacred, and now the cost is being returned to them. Type Amen to get blessing 1637. Even now, they are trying to reach you spiritually. Through thoughts, songs, dreams, or sudden memories. But don't be deceived by the familiar, it's a fishing line, not a lifeline. You've grown stronger, wiser, sharper. Your spirit has learned to discern love from obsession, care from control. And now, your inner compass points only to peace. Their connection to you is breaking not just emotionally, but vibrationally. The angels have placed a firewall around your soul. And you are protected by a force they can no longer influence. They have tried to speak your name into new rituals. But every attempt returns emptier than before. Because heaven no longer grants them access. Type Amen to get blessing 1739. You've been chosen for something far greater than that false attachment. You were not born to be spiritually shackled by someone who couldn't handle your truth. You were born to rise, to lead, to illuminate. Their love came with strings. But true love, divine love, comes with wings. And now yours are unfolding. Archangel Michael says, they will watch you rise from the very darkness they tried to pull you into. They will see your glow return brighter than ever. And they will be left in the shadows of their own regrets. Do not return to their confusion. They are still playing with energies that are costing them more than they can bear. But you are stepping into destiny unchained. Type Amen to get blessing 2000. Cleanse your heart. Release their name. Wash your hands of what they did in secret. Because the Spirit of God is now pouring restoration into your life. You will feel yourself sleeping deeper, waking clearer, attracting peace again. That is the sign, their hold is gone. The angels have erased your signature from their spell. You have been spiritually erased from their altar. You are no longer their victim, you are heaven's warrior. Their desperation may rise again before they fall. They may send one last message, one final plea. But you must not respond, it's bait wrapped in sweet tones. Type Amen to get blessing 2155. The healing has already begun. And soon, you will feel the joy of true connection. One built on trust, not twisted vows spoken in hidden corners. You deserve a love that brings elevation, not exhaustion. You deserve a love that respects your spirit's journey. And that love is on its way, sent by heaven, untouched by manipulation. The angels are clearing your path now. You will notice sudden peace, unexpected clarity, and strong inner knowing. This is not coincidence, it is divine restoration. You've survived the hardest part, being betrayed by the one you thought was your mirror. But mirrors can lie when coated in shadow. Now, the veil is lifted. Type Amen to get blessing 2298. The person they pretended to be never existed. They wore your reflection to gain your trust. But now, that mask has shattered. Their spirit is restless because your silence speaks louder than your words ever did. They cannot find your light anymore because it's been hidden in divine covering. They are lost in the very web they spun. You were not wrong to love. You were not foolish to believe. But you are now wise enough to release. The new you is not chained to the past. The new you is protected, guided, and walking fully in truth. The new you is untouchable. Type Amen to get blessing 2477. Archangel Michael says, the spiritual transaction made behind your back has now been voided. No contract formed without your consent can bind a chosen soul. And you are chosen. The candle they lit for you has gone out. The name they used in their binding spell now returns to their own mouth. And their power has evaporated in the face of your awakening. Every step you take now is blessed. Every breath you take breaks the last remnants of that soul tie. And the angels rejoice with every heartbeat that beats in freedom. There will be signs of their spiritual collapse. Their aura will dim. Their path will spiral. Type Amen to get blessing 2654. Not because you cursed them, but because divine law corrects those who misuse its name. You are free because you stayed faithful to your light. Now, your rewards will flood in. Not slowly, but in waves. Because you've passed a soul trial meant only for the spiritually strong. Expect new doors to open without effort. Expect old weights to drop without warning. Expect sudden peace in places that once held pain. This is your spiritual compensation. The delay you experienced was not a denial, it was divine recalibration. Now, everything returns to you in multiplied blessings. Type Amen to get blessing 2890. You may cry, but it's not sorrow. It's release. It's recognition that your soul made it through. Their spell broke. Your strength won. Heaven celebrates. Archangel Michael says, this is your crossing point. From darkness into light. From soul imprisonment into divine alignment. Let them go without anger. Let them drown in their own choices. But you, run toward your future now. Everything is shifting. Everything is aligning. And you are no longer bound by what they did in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 3003. Let your name be lifted from their hands forever. Let your spirit be untethered for good. You are more than what they tried to keep. You are walking into a life where no one owns your soul. Only God writes your destiny. And now, it's being rewritten in bold light. Your soulmate is still coming. But it's not them. The real one will never need to bind you to keep you close. Your destiny is brighter than their attempt to dim it. Your future is higher than their ritual could ever reach. Your angels are louder than their whispered curses. Type Amen to get blessing 3177. This is the beginning. A fresh wind is coming to your life. Not a breeze, but a divine force that pushes you into elevation. Everything changes from here. No more spiritual entrapment. Only truth, healing, and unstoppable forward movement. You are rising. You are free. And your name is now written in heaven's victory book. Let peace fill your room tonight. Let dreams return. Let clarity guide you into the morning. This person no longer owns a piece of you. They lost it the moment they chose manipulation over genuine love. And you will never be tied to that again. Type Amen to get blessing 3404. You are no longer remembering them, you are remembering yourself. And what a powerful self that is. Heaven's warrior, reborn through fire. Smile again. Rest again. Trust again. Your angels have handled the war. You just need to walk in the peace. Because it is done. Their power is gone. Your path is clear. And love, true love, is finally making its way to you. Type Amen to get blessing 4000. The realm they tampered with is now closing its gates to their cries. They tried to walk between shadow and light, thinking they could control the outcome. But heaven does not share its chosen ones with darkness. You are being moved to higher ground. Every step forward is being watched over with precision. No more hidden spiritual attacks will reach you unnoticed. Your spiritual awareness is razor sharp now. Type Amen to get blessing 4089. Their intentions will echo in their own life like a mirror. What they did behind your back will now play out in their surroundings, because the universe records everything. And those records are now being rewritten in your favor. They are starting to feel isolated. Not because people left them, but because energy never lies. Their vibration is shifting into lack while yours is rising into abundance. They will watch as favor falls on you. They will see doors open for you that they thought they blocked. And they will finally understand, you were never theirs to bind. They tried to pause your path, but you were always meant to break the clock. Now your time has begun again, but with double acceleration. What was delayed will now arrive with multiplied speed. Type Amen to get blessing 4220. Everything they took from you energetically is returning. Your confidence. Your beauty. Your joy. All of it is coming back, stronger, brighter, louder. This time, nobody will be able to steal your shine, because you now know how to guard your soul. And you're not walking alone, heaven is walking beside you. Your name is safe now. The air you breathe has shifted frequency. Even animals, nature, and strangers can sense your glow. You are being repositioned to places where no curses can survive. You'll notice the shift. People who were silent will now apologize. Doors that were locked will now swing open at your touch. Because divine power never stays silent when injustice has occurred. And what they did was unjust, but it has now become your launchpad. Type Amen to get blessing 4377. They have started to feel what they once wished upon you. Sleeplessness. Anxiety. Unexplained heaviness. These are not coincidences. This is the spiritual law returning energy to its sender. But your job is not revenge, your job is rebirth. So rise in silence. Let your glow do the talking. Let your healing become the loudest thunder. You don't owe them closure. You don't owe them words. You owe yourself the peace you were denied. And now, peace is becoming your birthright again. You are glowing. You are unstoppable. They can no longer touch you, even in thought. Because your mind is now guarded by divine light. Your soul is protected in a fortress of angels. Type Amen to get blessing 4522. A day will come very soon, sooner than you think, where this will all make sense. You'll sit in a place they never imagined you could reach. And you'll remember this pain, not with bitterness, but with clarity. Will be the day you realize this betrayal was your greatest redirection. Not toward loss, but toward destiny. Not toward suffering, but toward purpose. Every time you cried, the angels wrote it down. Every moment you doubted yourself was recorded by God's hand. And now, your testimony is being written in gold. They wanted to dim you. But your rise is now so radiant, it burns through every shadow they sent. This is divine retaliation, but it comes through restoration. Type Amen to get blessing 4680. So let this be known. They no longer have spiritual access to you. The door has been sealed by heaven itself. Let them knock. Let them weep. Let them regret. But don't you dare open that door again. It was closed for your protection. And you are not who you were when they cast that spell. You are a warrior now. A storm survivor. A soul that cannot be shaken. Even if they come with tears or nostalgia, you must remember, they crossed a line. And no apology can undo the spiritual harm they attempted. Only God can make that right, and He already is. Type Amen to get blessing 4799. You are being crowned in the Spirit. A divine crown, invisible to man but undeniable to the angels. Your spiritual rank has increased. That's why the attacks felt so heavy. Because you were close to the upgrade. And now it's here. The next love in your life will not come from manipulation, it will come from mutual destiny. It will feel like peace, not performance. It will honor your soul, not tie it down. This was a test. And beloved, you passed. Now heaven celebrates, and earth prepares to reward you. This isn't the end. It's your glorious beginning. A beginning free from chains. Type Amen to get blessing 4921. Let the past fall. Let the soul tie dissolve completely. Let the spiritual betrayal die in the fire it was created in. Because the one who is coming will never try to own you. They will walk beside you, an equal, a divine partner. And your spirit will finally feel at home. Archangel Michael says, this story ends in victory, not pain. Because the light in you was never breakable. And now, it burns with authority. From this moment on, walk boldly. You are unchained. You are protected.